Well, hello again, friends and fans. Raptor here. Welcome back to Euro Truck. A lot of you seem to watch me play Euro Truck Simulator 2. I'm playing with quite a lot of mods here, and we're up for a little bit of a road trip, something that I wanted to do in order to interact with all of you, the F.A.Q viewership and community, a lot more. I thought we would have ourselves a little question and answer section. So, down below, if you want to go ahead and ask your, family-friendly PG-13 awesome questions, of course excluding any questions such as, are you going to play more Men of War Assault Squad 2? Are you going to play more War Game? Are you going to play more Euro Truck? Are you going to live stream more? Of course, all the answers to those questions are always yes. So what we're driving in right now is we are in an American truck, ironically, in Euro Truck, which you would think is a little strange, but it's actually uniquely satisfying to drive a new truck. We've also got a heavily modded game, including, like, look at that, 2 weasels for the Germans driving around as well. So for those of you who like War Game and Modern Combat, we're going to be playing a lot of truck and bingo. So you'll be seeing a lot of vehicles around, both of military variant and also civilian variant as well. So give you a look at what we're hauling here. The W. Hausman Company has basically given us a contract to haul all of this smoked fish up to Sweden from Berlin. We're going to Helsingborg, so we will go through Denmark, well, of course through Germany first, Denmark, and then eventually make our way to Sweden, and we're going to try to do this as realistically as possible, which means I should signal and start obeying the laws like everyone else. I'm not immune or above the law in any way, so we've got to make our nice turn here. There we go. I do play with a mouse and keyboard. I find that the most comfortable, but I will be trying to play it the most realistically as I can. So I think what I'll do is I'll be doing more trucking like this in the future, and I'll be able to answer more of your questions. But one thing I would like to do then is perhaps ask you some questions as well. Like, for instance, where do you happen to come from, and what games do you like us playing the most? Of course, I already kind of know the answers to those questions because with the YouTube analytics, I can easily take a peek at where a lot of people are viewing from and where a lot of people spend most of their time on the channel, which is mostly Men of War and Call to Arms. You guys love those games, and I love it too. All that vehicle based combat and everything like that is really fun. I also want to play some more Armored Warfare, and pretty much any new title that you guys suggest is something that I do want to try out. War of Rights and Gates of Hell, and of course there's mods all the time coming out for those games, which is what I like the best. In fact, that's why over the last year we have switched a little bit more towards modded games and more towards not just modded games but also missions, because getting a multiplayer game going sometimes can be very difficult. Sometimes you gotta wait for people, sometimes there's connection issues, sometimes our guys drop out or the enemy's guys drop out, and sometimes you gotta play a game 3 or 4 times just to get something enjoyable. So that's why we focus more on the modding community, and of course you guys have loved it. So it turned out to be a really good choice for us in 2015. If you're watching this in 2016, the video's probably been out for a little while, but still, I want to kind of do a year recap here and kind of talk about some of the things that were super important to me in 2015 and some of the huge strides that our community made, and just kind of make mention of those things and thank you guys for being a part of all of it. Unfortunately, I might have to kill this driver here. Nope. Alright, I was going to say, boy, I hope that person passes me soon, because otherwise I'm going to have to merge. So, anyway, one thing is Twitch. We have had huge successes this year on Twitch. So many of you have turned out to support us, especially playing Euro Truck and games similar to that. That is like, I can't say thank you enough. And especially, again, modded games. We're playing with the, I should make mention, I'm playing with the autumn mod on right now. It's not officially winter yet for me as I'm playing this, so, there's that. Then there's the, this truck that I'm driving, which, by the way, is a, it's a Freightliner. It's basically the icon of the road, I believe is what it's called. And just give you a quick look at this truck. Let's take a look at it via photograph. Let's go to the photo studio, and I just want to take a quick look at the truck with you. So it's a Freightliner with my, my custom little license plate there. Really great colors, a nice shine on it. Really great jobs from the modding community who's come together to make all the mods, including the autumn mod. Some of the trailers you'll see are modded, as well as some of the modern military vehicles. I can't quite remember the exact model number of this truck, but it's the XL, the classic XL. So there you go. So that's a really sweet truck, and so we'll be taking that. Look at that, DeWalt. That's a power tool company for the United States over there. Well, probably not just the United States, but it is in the United States. I don't know. It could be German. It could be French. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm definitely sure that I've seen that before. Oh, there's a nice table saw. Gift ideas for the for the construction worker in your life, I suppose. So yeah, we've had a huge success on Twitch, and I just wanted to thank you guys for checking us out over there. If you don't know about our Twitch channel, of course, twitch.tv/RapPack, where me and the rest of the RapPack live stream, people like Pixel and Thobra and many others have taken over streaming every once in a while. I have a full-time job, and YouTube is more of a hobby to me, I should say. So, whenever I do YouTube, it's pretty much with all the free time that I have, which, doesn't leave a lot of time to do Twitch. But when I tune into Twitch, you guys show up, and I want to thank everyone for all their kind words. And whenever I get a new friend request on Steam, you guys usually say some very, very nice things, hey, love the channel, that kind of thing. So, I just want to thank you guys for that, and hopefully encourage more of you to just show that positive support. Of course, it's the internet and YouTube, and people don't necessarily act that way, but more and more people are really showing their kind side and being very, very nice and respectful and everything like that of the hard work that we put in. So thanks for that. It is definitely not easy. So for the future of the YouTube channel, I would say we're going to keep on, well, no pun intended, but we're going to keep on trucking. You see what I did there. Is really not going to be much changing on the YouTube channel, just really what we play. I'll be playing continuously with the same people, and if more and bigger games come out that don't take up too much of my time and that I can pick up quickly, that's exactly what I'm going to start playing. And I think really one of the most important things, and of course I'm sure you're already bored by now, but just lastly to say on that, one of the most important things is my ability to communicate with you guys on YouTube as well, so keep those comments coming. I read about, I'd say about 90% of them. It's kind of hard sometimes with how YouTube is set up. Like for instance, if somebody replies to you, it shows you like half the comment, so that can be a little bit of a pain in the ass, because then you got to actually go back to the video to see it, which if you think about it, if you're a YouTuber, and somebody comments on one of your videos, I can see in the side mirror there that there's no cars next to me, so we're safe. But yeah, if I reply to all your comments, you'll come back to read them, which in turn means more views. And of course, there might be other comments that you can read with and disagree with, or correct somebody on something. Like for instance, oh, the Bushmaster's not a 30mm cannon; it's actually 25. That kind of thing. Boy, look at this guy. This guy needs a magnifying glass because he cannot find the gas. Can't believe people do that. The speed limit here is 40, but he couldn't even do that. This game is very realistic too, by the way. It's really, the AI, the drivers, is so realistic. Like, you get people who sometimes you have to blow by on the highway, and you're just like, what are you thinking, Jack? I don't know. But anyway, I guess, get back into that other lane now. We've passed him. There we go. Yeah, I like having these mirrors on the hood of the truck too, by the way. You don't actually have to tilt your head to see. Of course, you can kind of see the side of the truck up close to the cab and then far in the distance. The 3 mirrors there are really helpful to be able to see all the roadway. And this truck sounds awesome. I like it a lot. Seems like we're, for a second there we were maxing out at like 60 kilometers an hour, and I was like, oh, I hope we're not maxing out there completely. But perfect. So yes, a 2015, a year that just was amazing. I labeled that year with the RapPack the next frontier, and we did a lot of new things. I played a lot of new games. I tested out some new stuff, and you guys were pretty responsive towards new things that I tested out, Steel Ocean and World of Warships and such. You guys gave some real great support there. I think people were interested in it, but there's some things where, unfortunately, I don't have all. I really like World of Tanks. I really like War Thunder. Of course, Armored Warfare, and even, War Thunder Ground Forces as well. And the unfortunate thing is that, there are YouTubers out there who have nothing but time on their hands, so they can make the long grind, and, they get access to premium accounts and buy super cool tanks and put up videos about those. And sometimes I just don't have the time to do that, which I wish I did, and I'd love to do that more with your support, of course. So if you ever see a crazy video of Raptors going up, just like this one that's totally not in the usual play rotation, just go ahead and drop in, give it a like, say hi, and watch 5 minutes of it or something, and then go on. In fact, that's about our average view time as well. Well, it's not 5 minutes, but of course nobody's always watching all of a video. You got other things to do. I completely understand. And pretty much the only time that I watch a full video is pretty much as well like a 30-second viral video. Recently I saw a video of that orangutan being showed a magic trick by a guy. A guy put like a necklace in a cup and showed it to the, I don't know, I guess it was a monk. I don't know what it was, a chimp or an orangutan. I guess I don't know the actual designation of that particular primate, but that marsupial. But it definitely was hilarious. The guy puts the cup down behind his leg, takes the necklace out, shows it back to the gorilla, and it's gone. And I think it was a gorilla. We'll just call it a gorilla. But anyway, absolutely hilarious. So those are the types of videos that I watch through and through. And we're actually going to have to get off the highway here and get into this lane. So we'll get behind this. Wow, is this bus really slowing down that much? Well, if this guy would just get out of the lane. There we go. Yep, and I hit a car. Amazing. People don't let you in, by the way, in this game. Well, you deserved it. Sometimes you signal, and they just won't let you in. And then again, AI pathing on the mods isn't too well either. In fact, speaking of other people who play Euro Truck, I did watch one. Squirrel was playing this, where all of the traffic literally just stopped on the highway because the pathing wasn't completed. And by the way, we are playing with the Pro mods. I don't know the exact version, but if you want to take a look at the map, let's do so. So we can actually go pretty much everywhere in Europe. The the future updates will allow you to go to, I think, further into Finland and such. But there was talk that Portugal was going to eventually be into the game. So hopefully they allow you to go into Portugal and Spain and some other places. But most of France is added, as well as mostly the southwestern parts of France. A few cities, of course, in the UK and also the Faroe Islands and also Iceland. And then, of course, on the far right of your screen there, you've got Estonia and also Finland, which were added as well. And you can see I've made a lot of progress on this map, as I did a lot of live streaming in 2015, especially with Euro Truck. I think it's the best game to stream because it really, I mean, it's the easiest game to play with chat. Like, you don't have to worry about, you know, killing anybody. You don't have to worry about respawn times. And, you know, I can tab out at any time to change a song or you know, type something in the Nightbot or do whatever I need to do, and it's really fun to stream with this game. Plus, I like the different added cargoes. Apparently, I just got another ticket of something. Did I hit somebody? No, I'm assuming it's the loan installments. Yeah, I think I took out a loan. If you don't know, by the way, I've got like $1 billion. I played the game legitimately for like 3 years, and then after playing multiplayer, I'm pretty much losing all my money due to, you know, you basically pull out of a place and somebody just crashes right into you and says "Suka bliat," and then you know, and then you got to go right back to the repair shop and spend that money all over again. And so it all disappeared, and then I just started playing with mods heavily. Of course, multiplayer was a huge mod, and I believe won Mod of the Year for 2013, which was absolutely fantastic. And you know, there was also, I think second place was Men of War. There was a Men of War mod as well, but I can't remember which one specifically it was for 2013. I can't remember now. But anyway, so I really like how this autumn mod looks. It adds kind of a new texture to plants and obviously trees. You know, they look a little bit more, you know, a little bit more like the almost pre-winter time. Almost could even be winter. This is kind of how it looks where I live in Minnesota. And there are not a lot of trees left that have leaves on them, but if they do, they pretty much look like this. So, well, let's watch the intersection here. Nobody flying through. Careful. Okay. This looks like a firehouse there. That was an interesting looking building. Speaking of being like a truck driver, I just had a thought, like, how interesting would it be to, you know, not just go on like being a truck driver means like every day of the week is a road trip for you. But eventually, after a few years, don't you think you'd see most of the world? Especially if you were like from Europe or the United States. Once you travel the main highways and byways of the world, or at least of where you live, things will get a little boring after a while. At least I think so. I don't know. But then again, you know, if you travel different places at different times of the year, it definitely, wow, I thought that was a dirt road for a second. That would have been an interesting road to take. I attempted to try to get a dangerous routes. There was a complicated thing that eventually was updated to dangerous roads or something like that. I think that's the most interesting part about Euro Truck, is driving down some very challenging roads. There's actually a Scania truck driving simulator, and that allows you to drive on some of the roads in South America that are literally up on the side of a mountain, and there's not much space between you and death. It's literally like about a meter for each truck to pass by each other. Like, you know, there's a meter for one lane and a meter for another. And, you know, sometimes trucks have to pull over and let people overtake them. That is a real challenge. I can't believe they actually don't have railroads or something like that. Now, this here is American repellent. This is a deadly arch nemesis of the American people, the roundabout. You would not believe how many people in the United States do not, including myself, know how to go around a roundabout. Although I do, except for I kind of jumped that one a little bit, but not too bad. I didn't hit a sign, so that's a minor victory for myself, like most of my victories in Wargame. Are we going around another roundabout? Oh, a second challenge for me now. Here we go, everybody. Hold on to your pants. Or whatever you happen to be holding. I suppose your mouse? Hold on to your mouse. There you go. I'm sure you're hovering over the X button now. Wow, look at this beautiful view. That was worth 2 roundabouts. Look at that. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Oh, and the little ship coming in. This is almost like driving in the Netherlands or something like that. Yeah, I've been to the Netherlands before. Been to Denmark and Sweden and Germany, and just a wonderful place. And in fact, in 2016, I wish to return to Europe, so we'll see how that goes. A lot of great friends over there, and a huge part of the Rat Pack being from Europe. You Europeans seem to just really love the channel and all the things that we do. So again, thanks to you guys as well for your support, but Americans too, and Canadians, and you know, British people always commenting, or hello from Brazil, or hello from South America, and hello from Turkey. Hello my baby, hello my honey, hello my ragtime gal. I've seen all of those things before. Alright, yeah, beautiful German cities here right along the coast. I believe we have to go through Rostock. Let me actually take a look at the map here real quick and just kind of show you where we're heading and where we're coming from. So from Berlin all the way up to just past Rostock. So now we're going to cross into Denmark via Puttgarden and then Rødbjergen. I don't even know how to pronounce Danish, sorry. Copenhagen, and then all the way to Trelleborg, Malmö, and then Helsingborg. So those Swedes are hungry for their fish. Hopefully no Danes jump out in front of us and try to get those fish too. I like this island a lot, by the way. I've not gone to Berg a Firmin again. I've never been there. It's apparently a city, but it looks just kind of like a factory on the coast, so we'll try going over there. Ooh, careful now. Careful, careful, careful. All right, we stayed in our lane. Success. Now, one thing I've been told, you see all those little shacks and everything on the beach there. One thing that the Germans love to do in the Netherlands is, apparently according to the Dutch people that I've spoken with, the Germans love to go to the Netherlands for holiday. And what they love to do is they go to the beach and they dig a hole. And what they do is they basically dig a hole and put all the sand on an area where they're going to be sitting and laying. And the reason they do that is because, and this is like studying turtles or something like that, but it's like they're doing that because they're trying to put the cold sand, in other words, you know, they're trying to, you know, get the cold sand that's underneath the surface of the, you know, of the, wow, huge turn there, holy crap. But anyway, they're trying to just keep cool by putting the cold sand underneath where their blankets and coolers would go, and in fact, I think they put their cooler in the hole too. Well, I mean, no need to go out to the beach to get, like, you know, keep all your drinks hot and like burn on the beach. Nobody wants to do that. But one thing I'm thinking of too is if you go to the beach, why not just cool off in the water? I mean, there's a gigantic natural body of water, but the Germans, no, they would not, no, cannot have. All right, so we are merging onto this highway here, and we are on our way to Denmark. There we go. Successful merge there. I've been watching a lot of Squirrel lately, if I hadn't mentioned it before. I like that guy as a Twitch streamer. And in fact, as I'm streaming right now, I'm literally watching a Twitch streamer named Game Joe, and he's doing getting folk there. He's doing an 18-hour marathon for Twitch streamers who are going to do AGDQ. In fact, last year, SGDQ, Summer Games Done Quick, and AGDQ, Awesome Games Done Quick. That one, the Awesome Games Done Quick, was hosted near a city in which I live. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, there's so many great streamers out there, Chris'em and Gaming Joe and Caleb Hart and all these other guys I watch, primarily speedrunners or people who just play games really quickly or to completion, like for instance Dan's Gaming. Just amazing entertainers out there. All right, we got to get our lights on here. We'll put our daytime running lights on too. Boy, it's like every time I come through here, it's under construction. Mostly because every time it is. It's all part of the game. It'd be interesting in the mod, by the way, if they updated that to eventually have like a I don't know if they're actually building onto the road there or if they're building an actual structure, but wow, look at that. Denmark. That is beautiful. Let's take a little picture of that, shall we? Let's do that real quick. This is exactly what I do in the live streams, too. I'm always goofing off, and that's why, by the way, I love to read some of your questions, too, about, you know, I guess anything you'd want to know. I'm no expert in war game. I'm no expert in Men of War or with mods and stuff. I do everything that I can and such, so that's why I say, you know, if you're asking about will you play this or will you try that, the answer is probably yes, unless if it's like, you know, Armored Warfare or World of Tanks or something, it might be no, because I just won't have the time for it, unfortunately, with my damn schedule. So, all right, I think we're gonna back up a little bit and get most of that. Well, let's see if we can get most of that trailer in. Oh, actually, oh, look at that! Isn't that beautiful? That really looks wondrous. All right, let's try to get the field of view on that. Zoom in a little bit. That is near perfect. Let's just get the extra windmill blade in on the left side. Oh, there we go. That's a keeper. I'm going to submit that to World of Trucks and see if I can get that one on there. And let's try another one just to get a little closer on the truck. Oh, let's try to get out of the grass. It's almost like watching Bob Ross work. You know, when you're watching somebody in Euro Truck take pictures. I've seen a few people get very picky about how they take pictures, and I'm definitely one of them. So yeah, on to your questions and such. I should ask another one too. One big thing that's hugely popular on our Twitch stream is always talking about food and about eating and such like that. And of course, food is kind of like one of the most important things in your life. You do it all the time, and depending on if you're a Mexican or a Canadian or a person from France or Norway, you eat a lot of different foods, and all nations have different snacks. All nations have different dinners and breakfasts. One thing I think I was thinking about this the other day. Japan. I know they eat like rice and different types of products all day long, you know, in the morning for lunch and for dinner as well. And it's a very good grain. It's just like wheat. You know, if you woke up in the morning and had bread and made toast, you know, that's one thing. And then for dinner, if you had a piece of bread with your if you had some spaghetti or something and you had garlic bread with it, again, that's more grains. So, you know, what are some of your national dishes? And in fact, perhaps I would, you know what I would like to start doing in the future is once the channel gets big enough, which, by the way, currently we're almost at like 36,000 subs, which I think is amazing, and it's all on you guys. It is not me. And I would like to thank people like Thobra, Pixel, Spunked, Stella Bork, German Guy, Rule, and everyone else, Stromby, and the lists go on and on. So if I didn't mention you, just please know that I do think about all of our members all the time and all the help that they give to make these possible, because playing games alone is, quite frankly, boring, and they make it a lot more fun. So special thanks to them, and hopefully, you know, it gives them something to be proud of too, that they helped out the channel to grow. But with that said, one thing I'd like to do is, you know, perhaps maybe in the future do some sort of a mailbag thing where you guys send me, maybe not, whoa, what the hell was that? Did we seriously just hit the, wow. Is that God telling me that's a bad idea? Now, I know trucks are supposed to drive in through this way, but how rude. Usually I like to pass in through those things and pretend I'm a car. So there you go. That's how most things, by the way, in my life go, where I'm just trying to do something casually. Here, let's try to get back in this lane. Can I make it? No, I'm not going to be able to. Wow, everything was going well up to this point. I'll just have to edit this out, so I'll pretend like this never happened. All right, get to this point, and then we'll just do a jump cut. There we go. Whoa, yeah, that was weird, guys. So anyway, as I was saying, yeah, trucks are supposed to go through this side, but I like driving through those doors. It just seems like it's meant to be. Exiting, by the way, the ferries are more difficult, I think, than actually getting on. But anyway, as I was saying, yes, I would like to do, you know, it'd be interesting to cook some things from Sweden or Finland or Mexico or something like that, and maybe have you guys send candies and stuff, and I'll try them. I used to do a loot crate and such, but I realized, I mean, as I look around the room, I noticed there's 2 bags just full for touch again, like Simpsons bobbleheads and like little canisters of candy and stuff that I've really never even eaten, because it's just like I'm not really in the mood to open up a gigantic canister of candy and then eat 1 or 2 of them. All right, this time I'm going to try to exit like a pro. Now, I believe, our trucks trucks are supposed to get off here, which there'll be no traffic here. But now, does that say trucks? Yes. And cars and buses go that way. And then this is how trucks get on. Okay. I've now figured out another level of Euro Truck. Mostly because I pretend I'm a car, I guess. Alright, so yeah, it would be really cool to do those things. But there's much more coming to the channel as well. I would like to do more things than just games. I would just appreciate your guys' support in order to do that. And of course, I'll always have your support. But one thing that we really want to work on this year is, you know, make sure every video is getting a ton of interaction with you guys, whether it's through comments or, oh, okay, are you okay? You're letting me go? Well, I was gonna coast in behind him, but all right, thank you. I should be signaling through here too, by the way, but there's no time. Mostly because I'm enjoying looking around. Oh, we should look around the cabin too, by the way. Radio up there, Asus laptop down on the chair, cool shifter, all the radio controls and the temperature controls and everything like that. It's a really detailed truck. And in fact, I think if we look behind us, there's like a TV, duffel bag. I think that actually folds down up there. All right, we're gonna get over in the right lane now. All right, we're good now. Yeah, so long as you guys continue to support our new projects, I think if not already, we've started the new Uncle Odin's Farm, which everybody just keeps asking for more and more and more. And again, if you're watching this video and you're wondering why another YouTuber might not be doing something as much anymore, it might either take up too much time, or they just weren't getting enough support around it. Bolt Sauce, me and Nolan and other YouTubers always want to do new things, but sometimes if it doesn't, it's kind of difficult to drum up support for new projects. If people aren't supporting it as much, it's hard to kind of get the motivation to do it when you've got to work twice as hard for half the reward sometimes. So always be sure to, you know, at least drop in and tell them that you like it. And if you don't like it, just drop in, give your view, and, you know, do drop a like. You know, it at least gives that YouTuber motivation to continue on. And, you know, there's just some videos that you as a YouTuber or a person as a YouTuber does that just becomes popular for no reason, and then eventually you'll discover them. So that's kind of the cool thing. And speaking of discovering YouTubers, I'd like to ask you another question then. How did you discover me? How did you discover the Rat Pack on Twitch? Was it through Twitch? Is that how you found us, or was it you know, Wargame Red Dragon campaign Pearl of the Orient video number 3 or something, and you're like, well, what the heck is this game? You go back to number 1, you fall in love with Wargame, and next thing you know, you're possibly even on the TeamSpeak. And that's another thing too. If you guys are interested in joining the TeamSpeak, it's open to all people of all ages, you know, from all over the world. And there's really no limit on it other than just, you know, come on and be a decent person and have a great time. And, you know, that's kind of how you meet new people, and other YouTubers are on as well, and other streamers join us as well. And, you know, mod makers come on, and we work on projects together. So it's a real pleasure to have all these people in the project. So I guess you could consider the whole Rat Pack itself kind of a project for everyone to kind of work on and see how far we can go. And so far, it's been great. And I think I wouldn't have wanted to go any other way, because to be a YouTuber alone, I don't know. I mean, if I had 1 billion subs and everyone was cheering me on, I don't think it would be as great as having, like, you know, 100,000 subs and just have a small knit group of friends. And that's kind of what everybody wants, is just, do you want 100 friends that you really don't know and don't really understand, or do you just want like 5 real close friends? And the balance is finding somewhere in between there. In life too, you know, you'll know 100 coworkers, and you'll know 100 family members, and you'll know, I mean, think about it. If you've got cousins, they get married and eventually bring other people into the family, then they have kids, and then there's more people, you know, at Christmas and things like that. And then of course, you know, people are coming and going all the time for the holidays. So, but yeah, I think this has been an interesting experiment so far. I want to continue on with this and do some more Rat Pack truck, and I do plan, by the way, to haul more cargo and go to different locations, and possibly do this Q&A thing a little bit more. And I don't know, community interactions may be something that I didn't do so well in the past. I know other YouTubers kind of do blogs and talk about channel updates and stuff, and to me, I always think to myself, like, channel update? Like, every time you upload a video, isn't that a channel update, you know? So, yeah, I don't know. But anyway, we're going to keep on trucking, and with more questions and stuff to read next time, I think I'll have more stories to bring up to you as well, and possibly bring on some other guests to maybe possibly turn this into like a kind of a viewing podcast kind of thing. Though Euro Truck is very entertaining with its mods and such, and I think really what makes it even better is the people who are playing it. So hopefully you enjoy this so far, and we'll try to make it better in the future. But of course, suggest things down below too. Again, live streaming is a little bit better, but sometimes the overall quality of a stream is driven more by its interaction in chat. And so it's a little different on YouTube. It's more about the content that's going on in front of you rather than like the side content, which is, you know, other people who are chatting with you on Twitch. I've streamed a little bit on YouTube Gaming. I think YouTube Gaming is really nice. A lot of you, by the way, a lot of you people have like asked awesome questions before and were really interactive and such. In fact, we got better interaction with people on YouTube than we did on Twitch, though we get about the same amount of viewers. So I'm trying to do, you know, instant gratification where's the, or rather maybe just the most sensible thing is, how can I entertain the most amount of people in the shortest amount of time? And so it's like, you know, if I go on Twitch and 32 people watch me, or if I go on YouTube and 500 people watch me, which way do I go? And of course, I think the answer for that is, you know, wherever people are most interacting. And of course, you know, you want to keep people entertained, and I think it's hard. You could do both. Of course, that is possible. But it is nice to have a separate thing from YouTube to do as well with Twitch and stuff. I guess I keep bringing that back up because it's just on my mind a lot lately. It's a new year. I'm really proud of everybody in the community for, you know, keeping it together, and you know, our mods in the TeamSpeak, and our mods on Twitch, and people who are constantly supporting and giving me new things to play, and you know, people like Rule, for instance, always talking about new mods, and very, you know, they're very important people to me. And I guess if you're watching so far, and you know, I know you and we chat all the time, I guess, you know, thanks for being a buddy and a supportive friend. You know, there's really a lot of good people on the internet, but as I found out kind of since 2014, the interesting thing about most friendships, and maybe perhaps this time and this day and age, is that a lot of your friends, people that you could possibly meet through video games or through Twitter, and, you know, liking the same stuff or same television shows, and you go on the forums and such, you'll realize that the closest people to your heart, or who have this, you know, closest similar interest to you, are usually the people who live the furthest away. Like, unfortunately, you know, for me, I love to talk to Stromby and Pixel about, you know, like what goes on in their countries and stuff, and they always like to ask questions about America and, you know, games that we like, you know, Farming Simulator and Euro Truck, and we're always talking about that kind of stuff. Crappiest thing, they live on the opposite side of the planet. Time zones are difficult to work together. Same with Bolt Sauce. You know, Shermanator wants to work with me sometimes, and unfortunately, like, my schedule won't allow it. Other people I want to work with, you know, Comrade Dave and just have a general chat with, and just sometimes it's impossible. But yeah, when you got a life sucks, I guess. Luckily, I don't. I've got work and I've got YouTube, and I like them both a lot, so I will not be going anywhere anytime soon. I think we can go through Auto Pass here. I think this is the quickie lane. Okay. There we go. All right, so total 172 euros to go through there. So, all right. So I should talk about maybe personal goals for 2016. One thing I've been doing a little bit more is I've kind of been trying to learn a little bit more Swedish and Dutch, because I've been to those countries and those seem to be where the most members are from, and if they're gonna, you know, if they know English, I think it's only fair if I try to learn their languages. So Dutch, pretty much 2 words I've got there, Hotvedoma and Conundrum. Those are pretty much the only 2 words that I got. And then Swedish, I've got, you know, Tallrik, Flickkonar, you know, the basics, basically, you know. But unfortunately, jag talar inte svenska, so there's that. But let's see. So I'd like to learn some new languages. I'd like to return to Europe and see a lot of my friends and have a bigger and better trip than the last time I went, and do more things. I'd like to have the channel hit maybe 100,000. It's very, very ambitious. But here's the thing: if I say, hey, I want 100,000 subs by the end of the year, by the end of 2016, and I only hit like 81,000, that's still pretty good. Even if I hit 70 or 60, you know, who cares? Got to set big goals, and if you fall short, you got to at least know that you made big strides. Like, for instance, weight loss. If you weigh, you know, however much that you weigh, and you want to lose a certain number, and if you don't hit it, hey, at least you were motivated to get up and do something about it. Not just, you know, the exercises that you do, but and I'm not, I guess I'm not overweight in any sense, but I'm also not the healthiest guy in the world. I mean, you know, I go to work all day and sit, and then come home and do the same thing. So always got to find something to be more active. I've got a nice park that's near me, so I'd like to go out there and walk around a little bit more, and, you know, go out. But it's the winter, but it's still pretty mild out. I'd say it's it's about 40 degrees Fahrenheit, which in Celsius I think is maybe about 5 to 10. I can't quite remember, though. I guess that's another privilege of knowing people from all over the world, is that it's made me interested in learning, you know, trying to be bi or trilingual and know all of the different metric system measurements and money and stuff like that. That's a real big plus. So anybody who's got a friend or anybody who knows a different language, like for instance Bolt Sauce knows like 4 languages. Bolt Sauce is Turkish, and he knows Turkish. He lives in the Netherlands, so he knows Dutch. He also knows English, which is mandatory being taught in school, and also he knows German because some of his family members are from German as well. That's 4 languages right there, and though he's probably not a master at, you know, maybe German or maybe even doesn't know all Turkish, though I believe he's very fluent in it, it's still a good thing to have. And that's kind of the thing, is that, you know, like when you hit the age of like 35, you're gonna look back and think at yourself, all right, how did I do so far? You know, how far have I come from, you know, who I used to be, that kind of thing. Luckily, I'm college educated. I've got a basically an accounting degree, and that's kind of what I do for work. And it's you know, it's something I'm good at. But when I'm at work, I'm always thinking about, you know, coming back home and doing YouTube and stuff, and that's kind of, it's actually it's like the biggest positive thing in my life. Because, you know, people that I know have hobbies that cost them a lot of money. You know, they want to like go out hunting for, you know, deer or something like that. So they buy an ATV, they buy a trailer, they buy a truck, they buy the guns to go out hunting, and then they have, you know, they rent some land from someone, and they go up there and they, you know, they want to get back to the roots of life and stuff, and they spend all this money just to go hunting some deer or something like that, which is totally fine and is really a nice thing. It really connects you with nature. But the cool thing about my hobby is that a lot of people get to see me do what I do. And in fact, if I could be a hunter who could combine hunting with YouTube, that would be really cool. And I've seen some channels out there too where there's people who just like are farmers, and they just showcase their life of, hey, here's me waking up at 4:30. Here's me feeding the cows. Here's me, you know, I'm driving the feeding out these clearing out these feeders with you know, TCB telehandler or whatever. And so it's really something awesome that people can, like my job, you wouldn't want to see it. Oh boy, that would be, here's me updating an Excel spreadsheet. Here's me printing out papers. It would be a slideshow of boring numbness. That's, where are we going here, bro? Hold on a second. Okay, well, we're gonna go around this idiot. And apparently this guy here hauling the T-72B, what is this guy doing? Like, I know he's blocking the way, but my God. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Right, we're going rogue. Oh, shit. We're gonna have to get around this, oh, damn, I couldn't go through the hedge. Took a little damage there due to this. Well, that's pretty much how life is. Right when you're about ready to wrap something up, that's kind of when trouble strikes, but there you go. Alright, so I thought I could go through the hedge. That's one thing I don't like about the game sometimes, is that, you know, sometimes you can't go through objects or jump curbs that like cause like 40% of the damage to your truck, and then meanwhile you'll hit another car and you'll hit it head on. Let's get some gas too, by the way, if you guys want to hop out and grab some snacks or something like that. It's the Raptor road trip, you guys. It's awesome. So, while we're at the truck stop, what are some of your favorite road tripping foods, by the way? I really like jerky. It lasts a long time, you know. It lasts a couple days, so if you got a few day road trip or something in front of you, it'll last. Chocolate, not a good idea, even if it's like M&Ms or something like that. They always just seem to melt. I do not like that. Like it as a candy, but not as a road trip candy. I also like licorice a lot. Not licorice per se, but more like Twizzlers and stuff. I don't know. I kind of like the salty kind of candy, like... you know, I don't know, popcorn's good, but you can't really eat that in a car on a road trip. Trying to think of some other things that I've had recently. I guess Rice Krispie treats are good, but hard to get in a road trip. But I guess just a bag of chips, some like tortilla chips, even just like boring old Doritos with like a soda and some jerky, and I think you'll be set for a little bit of a run. When I was with Elmox in Europe, primarily ate sandwiches, had some bread, cheese, sometimes they put jam on it, which I thought was very interesting. Elmox would put like strawberry jam on a cheese sandwich, and I didn't know at that point if that was a thing or if he was just doing it to like get something more to eat. So I do not know. But I found out a lot about the Netherlands, including they really love to put sprinkles, chocolate sprinkles on everything. All right, we are at the Maxi now, which is a, oh boy, there is a cringe-ass commercial for Maxi Foods, by the way. I think I've been in a Maxi. I think I may have been in a Maxi. I know I've been in the Ica. Jerk, if you didn't know I was turning here, this is why I'm not getting punished. Oh, come into Maxi. Yes, we've got dried fish. Oh, the Swedes can smell it. They're trying to attack the truck. Hot Vadoma. Fan. Alright. Fan and Biel. Fan Biel? Biel Fan. I don't know. Alright, let's make our turn around here and then we'll finally park it and I will pipe down for the night. This is not an easy spot to pull into, by the way. This is an interesting parking experience, by the way, because usually they're very, they're like a very big warehouse, and here you got a little bit more limited space, so. And in fact, I don't think I'm going to get this one on the first try. But I might be able to wing it. Quite frankly, I don't know why we're not just pulling up to one of the gates. This one's going to take a whole lot of doing. Alright. Now, if this was Twitch, everybody would be cheering me on, I'm sure. Alright, let's straighten it out this time. The thing I was trying to avoid was that light post there. Unfortunately, since we don't have a flat nose, you know, we gotta kind of pull up like this. But we've got it this time. And there she goes. Alright, Swedes. Du kan äta fisk. Du kan cook our fisk. And have a good day with your fish. Alright, that's it. So disconnecting the trailer, that's it. Good work there. A little bit of damage from a couple of cars I bumped into, but hey, that's just like life. So anyway, that is it for now, you guys. Thanks for supporting the new series. I don't know how often we'll do this, but judging by the types of comments that you give, I'll be doing this more and more as we have more to answer for. So I'd like to thank you guys again for your support over the last couple of years. In fact, I would say that a few days from today when I record this, this is the Rat Pack's 10th anniversary on December 18th, 2005 is when I started my channel, which interestingly enough, 10 years after that, new Star Wars movie came out. So if you guys saw it too, by the way, let me know what you thought of the movie and, you know, keep things spoiler free and everything like that. But, and of course for me, I guess there won't be any spoilers because, I mean, I'm going to go check it out. It's going to be a great movie. I'm excited to see it. But let me know what you guys are looking forward to movie-wise in 2016 as well. And I'll see you guys in 2016. Password Pimp and Strong. Bye.